Hey everybody, Jim here with another video for you. This is my Kino Lorber Blu-ray haul. But before I begin, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave comments below. So as I said, Kino Lorber, which is a boutique label here in the States that I really like, they have sales all the time. And quite frankly, I didn't know they had a sale until about a week ago, when one of my partners in crime, Kenny, from the Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim show that I do, did a video with his haul. And I even left a comment saying, "Damn it, Kenny, I don't have money, but now I have to go on the site." And I did. And I purchased 6 titles, but I spent only $60, so it's $10 a movie. And like I said, I got 6 titles, 5 of them even have slipcovers. So we're just going to jam right through this. We're not going to go too far into plots or anything. But instead of going in alphabetical order, I figured I would go in chronological order, because the great thing about Kino is that they specialize in older titles. They do have contemporary titles as well, but for the most part, their bread and butter is from older titles that either have never been released on in high definition, or they do special editions and such when licenses that other companies had expired. So starting, we've got 2 titles from the 60s, we've got 2 titles from the 70s, we've got 1 from the 80s, and we've got 1 from the 90s. So, first one on the list, and this is the only blind buy out of them. I have not seen this, but my good friend Stuart over at Stuart George's Home Movies brought this movie to my attention a long time ago, and I kind of forgot about it until I saw it on this sale. So, Stuart, this one's for you, buddy. I hope I enjoy it. But we're talking about The Train, directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Burt Lancaster, as I said, and this one is from 1964. I don't know a lot about this movie, but I know Stuart said that it was really good. And like I said, came with a slipcover, even has alternate artwork. I believe that this might have been the original one-sheet poster from 1964. I mean, that was a couple of years before I was born. But again, I remember Stuart going on, and I know how much he enjoys Burt Lancaster. And I remember a comment of his way back when where he said that this was just a great movie. So hopefully I enjoy it. And Stuart usually has pretty good taste in movies, so I'm looking forward to checking this out for the first time. Next, and again from the 60s, this one's from 1968. And this is a great movie that I recently discovered on either Prime Video or Netflix. I don't remember which, but it's called The Devil's Brigade. And it stars William Holden, Cliff Robertson, Vince Edwards, and a great co-starring cast of like Claude Rains and Richard Dawson and Richard Jekyll, and just a whole bunch of, just a great cast. But anyways, this is based on a true story. And again, I knew nothing about this story, but apparently this happened during World War II, where there was a combined force of American soldiers and Canadian soldiers that trained together and became like a death squad. And apparently, I don't know how accurate this movie is, but it's a very entertaining movie. And like I said, it's got a who's who of actors. It's one of those, wow, I can't believe there he is. Wow, look at him. Wow, look how young that guy is. Wow, I haven't seen him in forever. It's really, really good movie. So if you've never heard of this, or if you haven't seen it, please check it out. The Devil's Brigade. Now we're moving into the 70s. And from 1974, we've got Clint Eastwood, Jeff Bridges, and George Kennedy, and Michael Cimino's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. And again, really enjoy this movie. Jeff Bridges is goofy as hell in this movie. One scene in particular. But anyways, like those other two, this one comes with a slip, but again, alternate artwork on this one. There wasn't on the Devil's Brigade, so that's why I didn't take it out of the slip. But there's the one version of the artwork, and this one actually even has 3 different. So we can go with that artwork or this artwork, and it comes in that slip. But regardless, I don't care about the packaging. With me, it's all about the movie and special features if there are any. And according to this, there are some. And most importantly, it's got a brand new remaster from just a couple of years ago. So, and it's got a featurette about Michael Cimino. So that should be interesting. And I'm always a big fan of Clint and Jeff Bridges and George Kennedy for that matter. Okay, now out of these, this is the only one that didn't have a slip, but that's okay. Again, I could care less about the slips. It's just a bonus. But from 1978, The Great Train Robbery, starring Sean Connery, Donald Sutherland, Leslie Ann Down, among others. This one is directed by Michael Crichton. And if I'm not mistaken, the screenplay is, oh, maybe not. Maybe I misspoke. Nope, he wrote it as well. Never mind. I got this mixed up with another movie that Nicholas Meyer wrote way back when. Or actually, Nicholas Meyer, I think, wrote the book that this is based on, now that I think about it. But regardless, this is a great movie. It's a lot of fun. Connery and Donald Sutherland are great. I mean, those guys are always great. So, Great Train Robbery, 1978. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Okay, we got two left. From 1986, and you want to talk about cheese. This one has got enough cheese for all of these movies, but I love it. Youngblood, starring Rob Lowe, Cynthia Gibb, Patrick Swayze, Ed Lauder, and in his movie debut, a very, very young Keanu Reeves. And this movie's ridiculous, but again, it's a lot of fun. The biggest stretch in this movie is Rob Lowe is much too pretty to be believable as a hockey player. But either way, it's a lot of fun. And again, a lot of cheese. This one is an older title that's been out of print, in print, out of print. It comes with a slip cover, but they got the same artwork. And I really wish that the original theatrical poster was the other artwork. But regardless, I'm really glad to have this in my collection. And I love Patrick Swayze. Well, except for Dirty Dancing, of course. But everybody knows how I feel about that piece of shit. And last and certainly not least, my last one from the 90s, 1992, as a matter of fact. And out of the 6 movies, this one's probably my favorite. We're talking about Sneakers, with one of the greatest casts in the 90s. I mean, I'd put this cast right up there with the cast from Tombstone. And you could see the names: Redford, Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, Mary McDonnell, the late, great River Phoenix, the late, great Sidney Poitier, and David Strathairn, of all people. And he steals the damn movie. Not to mention there's a cameo from the late, great James Earl Jones in this as well. This one is directed by Phil Alden Robinson, I'm sorry, who also directed Field of Dreams, which is another great movie. But here's some sacrilege. I praised Stuart earlier. He's going to be upset with me. I prefer Sneakers to Field of Dreams, but for different reasons. But yeah, this movie's absolutely hilarious. It's intelligent. It's just a great, great film. So if you haven't seen Sneakers, by all means, please check this film out. That's it for this haul video. Now, before I begin, I just want to tell everybody that this evening, Tuesday, the 15th, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, on my good friend Sean's channel at Movie Assault, or the Talking Movies 2024 channel, you can catch the next live episode of Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. Again, like I said, that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time this evening. And we are going to be covering the Superman and the Fantastic Four franchises, comparing the two as far as quality and impact on pop culture, and just doing a deep dive on both of those franchises. So if that interests you, by all means, please check out that show live or on replay, either on Sean's channel, as I said, at Movie Assault, or at the Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim channel, which is Talking Movies 2024. And I'll be leaving links to all of the channels in the description below. I hope everybody is having a great day. We'll catch you on the next one.